for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Set. 20. Great. 8.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Antonio Brown, 78 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check 43. 18.
Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to Miller. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the field.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, Newton. He's going deep for Brown. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Alert 3, alert 3. Ran, go.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he works free, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kareem Hunt. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now left side on his swing pass. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination there.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Play action. It's Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 56 yards. So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field. Newton to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On first down, it's Newton. Flushed out right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Newton got him in. It's Brown. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Newton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Antonio Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. On 2nd down, it's Cohen. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On 1st and 10, Newton sliding out of the pocket. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On first down, it's Cohen. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
From the 45 on second down, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. They'll run on first down. Cohen. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He'll take a shot for the... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he will finally be taken down. Heck of a run there, though the clock continues to roll. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Gun.
They fake the give. Newton. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. And got his man. Complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready. 20.
At the 48-yard line.
22. Gun. 44 is to Mike. 44 is to Marvin. Here we got. Bobo's to Mike.
Off play action. Newton. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Wind at his back now in this third quarter. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he needed a little assist from his friend the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Shift.
He juked him. He's got a first down past the 30. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Antonio Brown, 83 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Bears 6. Dan Bailey set to
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go option to the right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They try again with Cohen. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check, 47. All day. All day.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is,
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Buster Skrine. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bears.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. It was the veteran safety, Malcolm Jenkins, who got a hand in there to disrupt it. And I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Watch the run, watch the run. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up. 18.
On first down, it's Cohen. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Don't get nervous. Blue.
Trubisky will throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
8. Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Bilal Nichols able to run it down for a loss of a yard. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Great. Shoot. That's it. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now left side on the swing pass. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
20.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Newton now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Newton rolling to his right. And this is caught by Jackson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Look, 80, 20. Let's put him on the gun. Let's put that team on the bus. Check. Press now. Boom. Press. 44. Mike, 44. Let's get the ball.
Again, Newton. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Below Nichols, his 2nd sack of the night. Another try after the first down sack. Newton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, here's Newton. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Now Trubisky to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Throwing here, Newton. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down here.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Eagles, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Demolition.